15 countries helped build the International Space Station. Yes. From what I remember, I have quite a bathroom up there. So, and we have all these different organizations: International Court of Justice, International Criminal Court. Yes. League of Nations, the North Atlantic Treaty, the NATO. Yes. The Organization of American States, United Nations, the Warsaw Pact, and the World Bank. Yes. Now, the United States refusing to enforce the civil rights of American citizens? Yes. It's going to cost a little bit. So, now, could you get me all these international endeavors that we have as a world? Yes. Let's say I email the German police for the last year and they decide, well, we're not going to do anything. Oh. And I document forgery, right? Fraud, kidnapping. I think as a world, we're spending too much money on working together when I could be getting that money for myself. Yes. Could you look through the actual 15 countries that helped build the International Space Station and what we're doing as a world together to support these different international organizations? Yes. Now, let's say I went to sue on the nations of the world and I said, well, from now on, what you used to spend to work together in these different international organizations, I'm going to sue you for that because I'm fucking pissed off at the world right now. Now, it's a mean thing to say that I'm upset at the world, but I am. Oh. But I think as an international community, we have not been spending our money very good. Now, NATO was started back then in the 1950s. You remember that Eisenhower highway system? Yes. And then we had the International Atomic Energy and these international relations. Yes. Multinational. UNICEF. Why don't we just look at the actual budgets of the individual nations and that have been contributing to the international laws, the rules, and governments are expected to observe in their relations with one another? Now, I noticed that the Saudi Arabians have been having a problem because of the death of a reporter. Yes. Terrible situation. Then the president decided to kick the nuts of the king of Saudi Arabia. Not the best idea, Donald. My thought is that I'll be suing the United States for any and all monies that we're paying to be a part of the international community, and I'll keep all the money myself. Don't ever kick the nuts of the king of Saudi Arabia, okay? It's kind of like stomping somebody when they're down. Pooch. I don't like it when the United States of America decides to treat one of our international allies as if they're the only persons that ever have an incident. Yes. Now, for whatever reason, okay, a reporter died, and I'm sorry to say that. Yes. But we do not try to cause our international relations unnecessary damage. Yes. And I know when the President of the United States says that was one of the worst cover ups in the history of the nation. I thought this was the worst cover up of the. Well, the United States is not enforcing the civil rights of citizens. Yes. So why don't we look at it, Donald? You decided to stomp the shit out of the king of Saudi Arabia, Pooch, because allegedly somebody killed a reporter in the consulate. Yes. And then I email law enforcement in each and every city of the United States that this state is refusing to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, I know I'm not dead yet, though there have been attempts on my life. Yes, I've been tortured. Oh, I've been deprived of the equal protections of the law as well as the enforcement of international agreements, treaties, and conventions. Yes. I still don't have my sons. Ouch. I haven't got my inheritance. Yes. And there is some questions about the whole presidency of the United States. So why don't we look at it? We're not we're not going to kick the nuts of each other anymore, are we? Now I happen to like the King of Saudi Arabia, and I do. I do think I have some business with them. Desalinated water. It seems that Saudi Arabia wants some fresh water, and we're not belittling this. Okay, don't kill each other. Yes, whether that's Turkey yelling their head off, poo. But I just want Turkey to know I'm gonna need to know the insurers of all of your law enforcement. Isn't that right, King? Yeah, President of Turkey, pooch. Now, get me the actual amount of money that we're spending on these international agreements, this new pattern of international relations where some country has an incident and the whole world decides to just kick the shit out of them, pooch, forgetting, oh, look at fresh water, the Middle East and the United States isn't enforcing the Constitution. Now, wouldn't it be something if we were to expose the actual government? After 2 million emails, um, International Space Station. Oh, what if the United States got sued from every nation of the world? Because as soon as you give me my sons, my actual inheritance, yes, my documents that say that I am involved in the United States Treasury, yes, I'm gonna rip the fucking shit out of the whole nation. Okay, 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 okay.